Hello everybody, welcome back to my next step-by-step guide. Hopefully the last one helped everybody. It was my first time making these guides. But let's get into character creation. When you create your character, you could choose human, elf, Taru, Mithra, and Golka. And each character has preset stats. So let's get into it. You could choose whatever race you want to choose. Doesn't matter. Because there are gear and other stuff in the game that will help you on your HP, your MP, and your overall stats. So, for example, let's say you want to do a mage job as a Golka. As a Golka, your MP is going to be quite low, but your HP is going to be quite high because they're like a tank race. But you can still play as a mage. And like I said, there are a lot of stuff in the game that can improve your MP output. Now, if you choose a Taru to play as a mage at the beginning, your MP is going to be a lot bigger than all races, but your HP is going to be low. Same thing, there's gear out there and other stuff that can help improve your HP. So it doesn't matter what race you choose, there are gear and job points and merit points and other stuff that will help improve everything. Now there is a little benefit on choosing a race and matching it to its kingdom or your character's kingdom. For example, you choose human. Doesn't matter if it's male or female. Let's say you choose a human and you create your character and everything. You gave it a name. You chose the server that you did research on, which one server is populated, thriving, and you could find stuff to do for starting the game out to the end game. Then it'll send you to a screen where you could choose 3 kingdoms. Your first starting zones. There's Sandiora, Bastock, and Winders. So let's say you choose human, you went through all the steps. If you send your character to Sandiora, that's great. Hey, cool. You could choose whatever kingdom you want. But if you want this small little bonus item to help you out at the beginning of the game and everything, you match human to Bastock. And once you enter Bastock and everything, you can go through a small cutscene. And once you're able to get your character to move and everything, you open your menu, go equipment, and there's a ring right there. If it's not equipped, just go down to the ring section of your equipment, click on ring, and it'll send you to your menu or your inventory, and you click on the ring. Same thing. If you choose Elven and match it to Sandiora, because Sandiora is the Elven Kingdom, Bastock is human and Golkas, and Winders is Taru and Mithra. If you match these races to their specific kingdom, you get a small bonus item. You could follow that way, or you could just send, let's say, a Tartar to Bastok or a Galka to Sandiora. Play it however you want to play. So once you create your character and everything, choose your kingdom, choose the server you want to be on. Right now, 3 servers are locked. That's Ashura, Bahamut, and Odin. Now, if you're looking for a medium to high populated server, the 4th one would be Phoenix. But I do recommend doing a little research on what servers are populated in this year and which servers are closed. And then once you're got everything set up, it'll send you into the game. Let me sign into my game real quick. And let me go to Sandiora real quick for everybody. I just recently started a few days ago by coming back to the game. Okay. Once you're in the game, like let's say you're in Windows, there is an NPC by the starting gate. I don't know what area of Sandiora you'll be thrown in, or what area of Windows you'll be thrown in, but I am familiar with Sandiora, so we'll go Sandiora. No, I'll go Sandiora. Let's say the game throws you into South Sandiora. To start, when I create this character, it threw me into the northern part of the kingdom. Okay, once you're done with the cutscene and everything, you're able to move around like I'm doing. The first thing I recommend everybody to do, open up your menu, go over to the next tab, go to config, go to gameplay first. Make sure controls auto target during combat is on. Go to sort items for inventory, turn that on. Keep type 1 on. Then go to chat filters. Go all the way down to the bottom and then look for tell messages deem spam. Shout / yell messages deem spam. Turn those on. And once you're done with that, get out. Now you can split the windows like I did. The way to do that, go into Windows, shared, and you could turn it off, horizontal, vertical. You could add a time. You could change your window type and window effect. If you split the windows, then you get out of share, go to Windows 1, adjust the way you want it. Then go into Windows 2, adjust the way you want it. You can make it equal to what Windows 1 is or different. Once you have that done, go to logs, go to window 1. Let's say you want window 1 to have all your shouts, yells, private messages, party chats, link shield messages. You want all that. Go into chat, turn it all on, but turn off NPC conversation. Then go to self, turn all of that off. For others, turn all that off. For system, turn all that off. Then go to Windows 2, click on chat, make sure everything is turned off except turn on NPC conversations. So Windows 2 would be all about the story. You want the story be in one box, you want all of your conversation with players in another, so it doesn't get mixed up. Then for South, for others and system, have them all on, so all your battle stuff is in the second box. Then once you're done, get out of that, go to MISC for damage display, click both. Then for character information, show shadows, you could keep it normal, turn off, or high. I have mine on high. Weather effect, I have mine on. Character model displayed, I have mine maxed out. Icon type, I kept mine at 2. PC armor display, I have mine normal. So MISC number 2, let's take a look at that. Footstep effect, I have mine on. Flipping plane, I have mine max. Animation frame rate maxed out. Now you can adjust all these where you want it. This is my preferred settings if you like to follow them. Keyboard size, I have mine kept at compact too. This is a crucial one. Background aspect ratio. When you first start the game, you'll probably notice the game is stretching your screen. When you're at MISC number 2, you go down to background aspect ratio and set it by clicking on it, and then using your D-pad set it to 16:9. And get out of that by just hitting back, and the game will look just like the way it is. It's not stretched out, look like a regular game. Then for macros, I have mine full and dynamic. MISC 3, I have all of mine turned on. Weapon effect, style look, or style lock, area display, target, expressions, status icon, that's player icon, timer, and furnish. All of it's on. Then I go to the fourth one. For soft keyboard, I kept mine off. For turn filter, I have mine off. Now you can mess with it, see what it does, but I kept mine off. For effects, this is like you see weapon skills going off, monster skills, magic, all the whole entire works. If game starts to feel laggy in that general area, especially in a packed area when you're fighting monsters and you have half the server there to help you and the game's lagging, I recommend turn all of these on and it will remove it off the screen. For mouse and camera, I have mouse control type 1, screen edging on. You can turn it off if you like. Camera view normal. Third party axes Y and X are normal, even first person, because this you can do inverted if you like. Global, I have chat language filter on. And then auto disconnect is basically if you're away from the game for 10 minutes, it'll auto log you out. I have mine turned on where I could stay in the game as long as I want if I'm away. And you're pretty much done with your configuration. Now, let's say your camera's spinning and still kind of looks blurry and some stuff looks blurry, no special effects. You can make a macro. You go up to macros, click edit, click book number 1, click confirm. Then you could delete all the others by clicking each one, erasing the text. And then whichever macro bar you want to put it on, click on one. Go down to the first box, type in what that macro is going to be named. Mine is blur off. Go to the first line, type slash, / local settings, it's all lowercase, space, blur effect, that's one word right there, blur effect, space off. Once that's done, you get out of your macros, click on what macro bar you have it on. Then once it's open, click blur off, and it automatically disables your blur. And you have to click on it every time you log into the game. And it will tone down the blur on a lot of stuff. Now, for starting off, and you see people running around with trust, you unlock trust system at level 5. So, there is a tutorial to do in this game for beginners and returning players. Go over here. If you're in South San Diego, you come through the main gate that separates north and south. Once you zone into South San Diego, go towards your right to this gate over here. It's similar to Badstock and Winders, but I'm just showing everybody San Diego's area. Go all the way over here to this gate, and there's this NPC thing right here. This is your tutorial, basic beginner, step by step, until it tells you to go out and level to level 30. Follow her steps, and she'll help you learn the very basics of the game, how to craft, what an auction house looks like, what an auction house does, what a weapon skill is, when do you get a weapon skill, so on and so forth. Then there's another tutorial. You open up your menu, scroll to the next page, go to quest. Click on quest. Scroll down until you see records of eminence. Click on objective list. Click on tutorial. Click on basic. First step forward. Click on that and it will say, would you like to start it? Click yes. Do that for everything from first step all the way down to vanquish one enemy. Then scroll down even further and click on assistant channel. The call forth an alter ego, that's your trust. You have to reach level 5 for this to start showing. But if it is showing, just click on call forth and accept it, and it will sit there until you get to that point. And then for the first step, I believe it will send you to one of these two NPCs right here. Rolandant. Well, I basically call it Roland. And then her partner next to her. And then you follow the step by step, and they'll explain what the records is, you accept it. Once you get through that, you unlock the records completely, and then you could start using your points to buy gear and weapons and other unique stuff to help you out on your journey than buying through the auction house. And this NPC right next to me is your Unity. You choose whichever Unity you like to do, but I recommend do that after you unlock the trust system at level 5. And you're basically gaining points through the records by doing little objectives that you can activate to exchange those points to get gear, weapons, etc. And sometimes you can stack up to a good amount of points to buy a level 75 shield to sell to NPCs to make money, in-game currency. But there's a limit of, I believe, 10,000 point limit per week to spend. Once you hit that cap, then you have to wait a week before reset. Once you get through all 3 of these NPCs to a certain degree, you go over here. Plus, this tutorial NPC will send you to the NPC that says TK. To him. Click on would you cast Signet on me. Signet is basically you gain crystals. And it does help with you kneeling down and healing. But it helps you gather crystals a lot easier. You tell him to cast it, he'll cast it once, and it'll last about 5 hours. And then once you get through to a certain point where she gives you a coupon, the tutorial NPC, and she tells you to go get a ring, a EXP ring, go back to the NPC, DK, talk to him, go down to I want to spend my conquest points, go to common item, go all the way down until you get through the 3 EXP bands. Chariot, Empress, or Imperior. I recommend use your free coupon to get the Imperior band. Imperior band gives you plus 50% XP. It lasts 720 minutes, and the cap of the XP to gain through that band is 30,000. The other 2 are a lot lower, even though it might say, oh, you'll get an increase to 100 plus 100%, but the timer is lower, and the maximum amount of XP to get through that ring or band is a lot less. So I recommend get the Imperior band. That's the 3rd one. Once you get it, you equip it. And if you're wondering, so what happened if I run out of the EXP band? Well, don't throw it away. If you have enough conquest points, and you do gain conquest points as long as you have a signet equipped or cast on. What you do is you unequip it, go up to TK, open your menu, go to trade. Once the trade window opens, click on the Imperior band, then click OK, and you're trading your EXP band to him, and he'll refill it for you with conquest points. Once it's refilled, you get 3 charges back, and now you can use your EXP band. As long as you have conquest points, you can keep refilling it. And the band has 3 charges, and it resets every 2 hours to be able to use the next charge. And the records, when you click on an objective, it will tell you where the NPC is located. This is the auction house. And this is South San Diego. And I do recommend every new player and returning player to go around through the kingdom that you're in, inside the city, and make sure you register to the home points. Every single home point. It will help you on your travels. Now for Sandy Aura, for the Trust NPC, from the auction house, if you're facing the giant gate, you go towards your right. From the giant gate facing the auction house, you go to your left. You can go all the way down this way until you see a fountain. And the NPC you want is on this side of the fountain, this person. Once you hit level 5, come to this NPC, gone, talk to him, accept what he tells you to do, and he'll tell you to go talk to an NPC in North San Diego near the exit to West Wrongford. And once you follow the step-by-step, then the NPC that you talk to will ask you to go summon him outside the city. You summon him, then go back to him, talk to him. Then you get a ticket where you're now able to summon 3 trusts. And then after that, everybody's set on the basics of once you enter the game. Now the Mong Station not the Mong Station, the Mong House in South San Diego is all the way over here. Once you enter the Mong House, the Moogle will talk to you, tell you do this and that, and you can follow step by step what each thing does in the Mong House. And then here's one little secret. It's kind of not a secret, but most people skip it. Is in North San Diego, there's a little NPC girl next to a flower bed. Talk to her, then you go out in the world to get the flower, or you could buy the flower on the auction house, either or. Take that flower back to her, trade the flower to her, and she'll give you the secret shortcuts of the Monk House, where you could jump from South San Diego Monk House to the port of San Diego Monk House. To find out what flowers each NPC girl wants for each kingdom, I recommend pulling up a website to get the exact flower for that specific NPC for that kingdom. Because I don't want, just say, oh, get this flower, but it's the wrong flower for that NPC. I just recommend pulling up a website that helps you step by step for quests, missions, and secrets. And I still use the website even though I'm a veteran to the game. I just like to refresh my memory. Now, if you're kind of confused in the game still on certain little things, you can reach out to me on Twitch or YouTube for information. If it's something that I don't know, I'll look it up for you and give you the link to that site for that specific thing that you're confused on. Or in the game, there's these symbols next to each player, and we're lucky to find one. It's a big circle with the M. Those are your mentors. You go around, if it's something that you're very stuck on and you don't know what to do next, even if a website is outdated but everything changed and it's not working, you go up to one of these mentors and you ask them nicely, say, hello, if you're not busy, can you help me understand this or this? Or can you point me in this direction? They will. Mentors are here to help. Now, if one mentor starts to be, not so helpful, you can not report them, but it's like, it's like those websites where you buy things. If the product's not good, you could give it a rating. You could do the same thing to mentors in this game. If a mentor reaches a certain rating and it's a bad rating, people avoid that mentor. Now, if there's a mentor that has a very good rating, you know that they're there to help. But make sure you ask them nicely. Say, hello, I'm a new player. If you're not too busy, could you lend me a hand, or could you help me with some information, however you put it, what you're looking for? And they're more than willing to help you. They might not respond right away because they might be away from their keyboard or away from their monitor. So I do hope this helps new players out and returning players on the small, basic little things for them to get started in the game. But if you're on Ashura, Behemoth, or Odin, you're going to find overpopulated servers, and you'll still find help. But if you're in servers like Phoenix or Shiva, you'll find people to help you out. All depends on the servers. What I mean by that is some servers might be a low population and you might catch people at certain hours. But if it's like a big populated server or an overpopulated server, you'll find people all hours for a hand. And one final thing for everybody on this little guide for beginners, and this will help new or returning players too. So I go to North Sandiora. Okay. So in North Sandior, I just went through the gate, the archway to North Sandior. I go towards my right. I keep to my right until I reach this little gate over here. There's this NPC right here, and it says Link Shield. You talk to her. And then you go to show me recruiting Link Shields, okay? And it'll show you all the recruiting Link Shields in this that's listed. I think this is linked to just Sandior. I'm not too sure. It might be linked to all kingdoms. But if you're not too sure what a Link Shield does, it's like a guild. You talk to people. You get a pearl, you equip it, and then you can start talking to people in that Link Shield, like a guild. But if you're not too sure what the Link Shield offers, like let's say, help new players 5, I click on this. I click on this Link Shield, then it'll pop up information on the bottom left. Language English. Number of new members wanted. They're looking at 2 members, but they're still probably looking for more. Active members, about 19 plus members, always active. Time zone not set. Sometimes they'll set time zones, days, times active for weekdays and weekends. Link Shield characteristic. Date posted. So you go to Link Shield characteristic and it'll say Link Shield characteristic, new players welcome, returning players welcome. Then your veterans active that knows the game inside and out and willing to lend a hand. Casual players, battle and synthesis support. So if you're wanting to get into crafting, they're willing to lend a hand on how to start crafting. You know, the basic. They have trial members welcome, multiple Link Shields. You can't have multiple Link Shields. I recommend stick to one. Just, you know, start you out for a while. Community events held. And that's what the Link Shield does. But that's the gist of it. If you want to do missions, you go to one of the gate guards at one of the exits. There's one in North Sandior, 2 in South Sandior, and it's not a guard that's staying right next to the exit gate. They're going to be off towards the right side near like a little door. You talk to them and you start off with your first mission. Missions are the kingdom story. Quests are its own thing. Some quests are one and done, some are linked to other quests. We recommend people do quests, missions, what you can, but mostly quests. They help you gain money. Quests could give you free consumables, free gear, and so on and so forth. But I hope this guide helps everybody. I'm sorry it's a bit long. I just wanted to make sure it's in as much detail as I can. But until then, I do hope everybody enjoy Final Fantasy XI. Feel free to message me whenever I'm streaming over on Twitch and YouTube. So I do hope everybody enjoy my second tutorial video to help beginners out and returning players. Until then, I hope I'll catch you all in the game or in chat. Till then, be safe and enjoy Vanadale.